A visit from our veterinarian, a closer look at long-time smoking, and also a guest chef in our kitchen. All that and more is coming right up, and I hope you'll stay tuned.
Providing entertainment for over 25 years, WALA-TV presents a tradition in Mobile, the Dot Moore Show. Once again, Dot Moore.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. We're very glad you're there, and today we'll hear from Dr. Chris Rim, veterinarian at the Rim Clinic, and also in our kitchen, our guest chef is George Panayiotou of Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, and more. But right now, our feature fashion on location. One of the most beautiful spots at Bellingrath Garden might be where we are today with our cameras. This is Mirror Lake, and it is surrounded by heavy green grass plots, trees, flowers in all colors. And as you approach the lake farther on to the left, you'll find a bridge that crosses. Often you can see people stopping to take pictures of this serene, calm part of Bellingrath Gardens. It's one of the most popular lakes in the mix. And our feature fashion today is designed by Laura. It's that little knit suit that has no season at all. You can wear it anytime because it has no wool in it. Bright red with gorgeous decorative gold buttons, and even gold on the shoulders. A little collar and an easy to wear anywhere at all. That special date, maybe even to a big party or wherever you want to feel dressy. By Laura, our fashion is courtesy of Holiday on Shell Road in Spring Hill. Recently, 50 of the world's fastest swimmers made an appearance on television for a very important point. In this report of the event, which took place in December, reporter Sandy Hausman tells us what it was really all about.
For many Americans who have diabetes, Gary Hall Jr. is a hero. He was diagnosed with the disease in 1999, warned by 2 doctors to give up swimming. But a third physician thought that with good medical care, Hall could still compete. He has since won many races and 4 Olympic medals.
A kid who's newly diagnosed should know that diabetes doesn't have to stop you from pursuing your dreams.
But the 27-year-old didn't stop there. He and his father, also an Olympic athlete, wanted to host an international swimming competition for sprinters, a series of short events that could thrill a TV audience. The competition, to be broadcast on December 8th, features 3 teams of 18 champion swimmers from the U.S., Europe, and the world. Competing in 8 different events, they vie for individual honors and for the Sterling Silver Cup awarded to the world's fastest team.
The longest distance in this entire meet is 100 meters, and the shortest is a 25, which will be about 9 seconds. And so the emphasis is on pure speed.
To control his diabetes, Hall checks his blood glucose, watches his diet, and relies on a fast-acting form of insulin called Novolog. The maker of that medication, Novo Nordisk, agreed to sponsor this inaugural meet.
We would like to show the world with this event that despite the fact having diabetes, that people with diabetes can still do great things.
Hall holds a gold medal for the 50-meter freestyle, a race said to identify the fastest swimmer in the world. But for him, the real victory is proving to other athletes and to other people with diabetes that the disease need not keep you from achieving lifelong goals. This is Sandy Hausman reporting.
Well, November the 24th marked the 24th annual Great American Smokeout. Lynn Thompson gives us some good news on that subject in this report.
It's called COPD, or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, and it is the 4th leading cause of death in the U.S. after heart disease, cancer, and stroke. A progressive and irreversible lung disease, COPD makes breathing difficult and sometimes impossible for the estimated 35 million Americans suffering with the disease. It can make everyday life very difficult for people such as Dolores. At 72, she gets out of breath doing everyday things that most of us take for granted. These days, the simple act of walking upstairs could cause severe breathlessness.
I stopped smoking after 40 years, but still, it was hard to do everyday activities. I couldn't breathe right. I had to stop and catch my breath. I couldn't clean the house. I had to let it wait a few days.
A new drug could make breathing much easier for the millions of people like Dolores suffering from smoker's lung, as COPD is often called. Foradil aerolyzer was found to be better at improving breathing and reducing symptoms, leading to an improved quality of life.
COPD can severely impact on a patient's quality of life, so much so that the simple tasks of ordinary daily activities become overwhelming. Foradil aerolyzer improves their breathing by opening the airways.
Long-term smoking is the cause of COPD in 80 to 90% of the cases. If not diagnosed and treated in its early stages, COPD can eventually lead to ventilator dependence and even death.
Unfortunately, there is no cure at the present time. However, we can manage symptoms extremely well.
It's estimated that only half of the patients with COPD have actually been diagnosed. See your doctor if you suffer from symptoms including phlegm, chronic cough, and shortness of breath. This is Lynn Thompson.
Welcome back. Well, we all, or most all, have some sort of four-footed child in our home that we love very much. Our pets are so valuable to all of us, and so we like for Dr. Chris Rim to give us a visit now and then to chat over some things. And welcome to the show again, Chris. You know, I was wondering, how old, I mean, what age do we consider a pet to be old?
Well, a lot of that depends on the breed of pet we're talking about. You know, just your basic mixed breed cat is going to start getting old around 11 or 12. And I would say a Siamese cat, which is our longest lived cat, will be considered old at 14. And we've seen Siamese live to be 24, 25 years old. With our dogs, our smaller dogs typically live longer than our large breed dogs. A St. Bernard, for instance, rarely do they see 9 or 10 years of age. They are going to be considered old at 5, geriatric at 7 or 8. And, you know, we rarely see them get to be in the double digits.
Well,
whereas our
should
Pekingese
we notice anything particularly as a symptom that something is changing?
Right. We'll start seeing some changes in their bodies, just like we see in people as they age. We start seeing decreased muscle mass. We start seeing that they sleep longer and deeper. Certainly we start maybe noticing some odors in the breath or the ears, signs that there are some things going on that we should take a look at. Fortunately, most of our patients, we see them twice a year, and we can talk to the people about, you know, what's going on with their pets, you know, dental diseases we were discussing before the show. There's so many more things that we can do now to help pets to prevent loss of teeth at an early age, so that they keep their teeth longer, their mouth's healthier, they're going to live longer and have fewer problems. Because if they have infection in the mouth and it exists for a long time, that's going to spill over diet and affect the liver and the kidneys and start affecting the other organ systems.
So the best thing a pet owner can do is have regular checkups.
Absolutely. You know, you or I going to the doctor, you know, once a year or twice a year is probably fine. A pet, if they come to us twice a year, that's like you or I going to the doctor every 3 or 4 years.
Very true.
So it's very important. We have to realize they age faster than we do.
Yeah. Oh, you've brought along, are these new products?
Yes, of course. We were talking about the Noah's Ark and talking about old pets. This is a product that, you know, supplements are very, very the rage today, as we see people that are using supplements in bodybuilding, people using supplements to stay healthy. As more and more people have lost their insurance, people are taking their own health into their hands. And so we're seeing stores like GNC, Health Hut, things like that pop up. And people are researching the benefits of not only vitamin supplementation, but other types of supplementation. And this particular product has antioxidant vitamins and minerals, fatty acids that help with inflammation and joint disease and things like that. It also has colostrum. And colostrum has become a pretty popular supplement because it contains many things: growth factors, immune boosters, agents that fight disease and infection. Also, it has a digestive blend that aids our pets of any age, but especially our older pets, to get more out of their nutrition. So it helps with the utilization of their nutrition. So this is an excellent supplement, one that's been well received in our practice and certainly have helped a number of pets. Primarily we use it for dogs with allergies, older dogs. Cats or dogs that are doing poorly. They just don't have a good coat. We don't know why, despite good nutrition. We use this product and we've had some good results.
The name is interesting, Noah's Ark. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Another product we talked about is this.
About the
oral
teeth.
gel. Yes, the MaxiGuard. Oral health is something that is very important for our pets. It spills over to affects the whole body, you know. So this is a product. A lot of pets, when you come near them with a toothbrush, hit the road. You're just not going to brush their teeth. This is a product that you can mix. Once you mix the powder in with the gel, keep it in the refrigerator, shake it well, apply it in the mouth once a day or a few times a week if you're too busy, and it will take the place of brushing teeth. And you know, you asked me how many people brush their pets' teeth. More and more are doing that because, you know, more and more as we're seeing these pets age, we're doing dentals more frequently. And of course, dentals are costly. And if we can spread out the time for doing the dentals, you know, the length of time between them, then, you know, certainly it's economically better.
Well, there
for the
may
people.
be some animals that would tolerate a toothbrush.
Yes, they
but
do.
I doubt if the general run.
My collies were very good with the toothbrush. My border collies won't let me do a thing with their mouth. Some cats, of course, don't ever use human toothpaste in your pet's mouth. You know, it'll make them drool. They'll eat it. You know, and it'll make them upset their stomach sometimes. So stay away from human toothpaste in the pet's mouth. Be sure and use a veterinary product. I'd recommend the MaxiGuard, but if you do brush your teeth, there's an enzyme toothpaste called CET, which has actual enzymes in it, and it's also got a malt or beef or poultry flavoring, so your pets can use it and not be offended by the taste.
Well, if you are using a brush, how often? Once a day? Or?
Once a day would be ideal, but, you know, 3 times a week I think would be adequate.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, you know, now what is this
the ProHeart
package here?
This is an injectable heartworm preventative, and a lot of people, you know, we treat dogs for heartworms all the time, and heartworms is a disease that is can be fatal for for dogs and cats. Well, this product here has made it very easy. Since we see our patients twice a year anyway, we can just give them a shot when they're in the office, and they don't have to worry about heartworm preventative. This takes the place of it. So it's a simple injection, and the good news for those of you out there watching your wallets, it's actually about the same price or less expensive than the monthly heartworm preventatives.
For heaven's sake, I just had a funny thought. Medicine for animals, does it have side effects like the medicine for people?
Sure they do. They do. And you know, we have seen some of that with the sarcomas in cats and the digestive upsets because of the steroids and non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs for pets with arthritis. So yes, there are a lot of side effects we have to watch, and it's certainly always advisable before you add any medication or supplement to your pet's
routine. Wouldn't it be great if there weren't any side effects to any of it?
And that'd be wonderful.
Okay, thank you so much. Very informative. Always a pleasure to see you.
Good to see you, and Happy New Year,
And the next time we see you, we'll probably be in our new building.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Doc.
We'll be back. Stay with us. And we're joining our favorite chef of the week here.
Who is that?
George Pagnotu of
Forgot my name, Doc.
Roost Chris Steakhouse. Oh, and you brought along some chicken and all kinds of goodies.
While we're talking, I'm going to go ahead and start this since we only have 20 minutes to complete the segment. Now, did anybody see that piece of chicken fall on the floor? Don't step on it, Doc.
All right, now.
That's one less for Marcus.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what we're doing today, Doc? We're doing, and this is really beautifully simple, folks. It's a sweet and sour chicken.
Okay.
And let me tell you about the chicken first. First of all, you can take the chicken, you can grill it, you can bake it, you can saute it, you can pan fry it, you can fry it. The idea is you cook the chicken, and the best thing to use is a boneless, skinless breast.
Yeah.
Because it's all pure meat, it's wonderful meat. But you can cook it any way you want and add the sauce on top of it later on, and it just makes for a wonderful combination. And it's very, very simple to do. And what we're going to do while we're cooking the chicken is make the sweet and sour sauce. Now, what makes the sweet and sour sauce sweet and sour is this.
Okay, what
the
makes
deep, dark secrets of chefing, folks, I want you to know. We take water, we take vinegar, and I do recommend we use Heinz white vinegar. Is my favorite vinegar. It actually has a taste, and it's not just for pickling, and it just makes better salads if you use white vinegar.
Okay.
But the water cuts the bitterness of the vinegar.
Yeah.
But there's your sour. So.
Is that right?
Right. You take the sugar, about a cup of sugar I'm putting in here. It takes a lot of sugar there, Dacho. It really does. Okay. And
that's pretty hot water.
Well, I preheated the
oh, you preheated.
While I was waiting, drinking my coffee over here. Here's another wonderful item right here. If you ever want to pick up something great, pick up one of these heat-proof spatulas. That thing will handle about 350, 400 degrees. It won't melt in your pot while you're trying to scrape something
I was wondering about that.
Right. So what we got right now is a sweet and sour. Waiting for the sugar to dissolve. These are very hot stoves, by the way. Did anybody tell you that recently, Dot?
What?
That they're hot. The stoves.
You know what? That takes longer to dissolve than you would think, doesn't it?
Not if I went in a restaurant, it wouldn't. Okay. Anyway, Dot, what we're going to do while it's dissolving, we're going to put, and this is for color, and actually for a little bit of flavor, too. We've got some red peppers. We have some green peppers. We're going to sprinkle a few in there. All right. This adds nice color, but it really has some flavor to it, too, like I said.
Looks like confetti.
Matter of fact, that's what we call it at the restaurant, confetti, and that's not a joke. Right. We'll put a little salt in there. Salt is not only salty, salt is a flavor enhancer. It truly is, and it works that way. About time to flip that chicken over. Wow, what beautiful chicken on such a hot stove.
Let me ask you something.
Yes, ma'am.
Does it matter whether you use white meat or dark?
Absolutely not. Doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
If you want to get some dark, thighs are always on sale, which is really nice in a lot of restaurants. I mean, excuse me, a lot of grocery stores. Okay, Don, this is boiling real nice there. Yeah. What we're going to do. Now, how do we thicken it up? We thicken it up by adding a little bit of cornstarch, mixed with a little bit of water. Don't ever put cornstarch directly into something, folks, because what you're going to have is gloppity, gloppity, gloppity. So, you mix a little water only to dilute it, okay?
Yeah. Now,
cornstarch thickens, is a thickening agent, but it works differently. It's also called a slurry sometimes. It works a little different from the way a roux works, which is butter and flour. If you overcook a sauce with cornstarch in it, it breaks and becomes thin again.
For heaven's sake.
Right. If you cook a sauce more with the roux, which is a butter and the butter and flour mix, it just gets thicker. It just gets thicker. It really is interesting. So don't overcook whatever you do. Okay. Looking good on the chicken. Smells good too. Once again, I wish we had smell of it, Dot. That would be nice. Okay. This will thicken up on its own good time, and we don't know when that's going to be.
That's right.
But Marcus can surely tell us shortly. Okay.
Now that's totally dissolved and still on a pretty hot burner.
All right. If you cook chicken breast enough, you know the touch. You can feel when it's just about ready. And
well, the breast takes a little longer, doesn't it?
Takes a little longer. It sure does. But there's a magic point when you do it, and it dries up on you because it's very lean. So you want to be real careful about that. All right, we're thickening up real nice here. We're not through yet, but we're thickening up real nice. What we're going to do is take the, let me give it one more minute. I'd rather cook it a little bit more than a little bit less.
You know, that is a pretty golden brown.
Oh, it really is.
Yeah.
I put a little butter in the bottom of the pan. I just put a little, you know, actually what I put, funny thing, blackening seasoning. I mean, this is, we're making a Chinese dish with a blackening seasoning, but you know, we got to put our own little touch. You can season with any flavors that you like. You can put a little garlic on there, a little whatever, horseradish, but you can see the sauce.
Oh, that's an idea. That would change it entirely.
Really well.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting there. And Dot, these guys are ready to go, so we're going to lay them across here like that.
It's really cut in pretty good little strips. They're pretty thick.
It cooks it faster, and it makes for a nice browning all the way around, you see?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we got one more. And to keep that cackling noise down, we'll go ahead and remove this from the eye.
Now the cornstarch is beginning to...
Don't look down here. There's a pot. Don't look down there. There's a piece of chicken. Okay. What we're going to do with the sauce...
Boy, that's getting thick.
Right. It is thick. We're going to... You add here? Those are cherries, cherry juice, a little more peppers, and some parsley. Once again, for color and flavor. I don't happen to have any pineapples. Actually, I did, but I left them at home. Put pineapple in it. Put your favorite fruit in here. It just makes for a wonderful sauce. And it adds yellow to it. Absolutely, it sure does. Can you feel the vinegar hitting your eyes here? I felt it, yeah. Quick, call 911. Woo. Okay, Dot, we're getting ready to put this thing over.
Well, we have 2 whole minutes left.
Well, then we'll let us slow a little bit. So I want to go back with. We can talk about the things like the wonderful seafood that Roost Chris has. The fantastic fun we're having at Roost Chris, and we're just getting started into the busy season. Summer's over. The heat should be leaving.
Yeah.
And we should be having a good time.
Oh, you've got all
Christmas
kinds of
holidays.
exciting things going on at that restaurant.
Can't wait for Mardi Gras to come and go so we can finally get into constructing a new kitchen facility.
Yeah.
Maybe add a couple of dining rooms on there. We've just done some redecorating outside. We've got a new parking lot where the Tony L. Bakery used to be. They moved out West Mobile.
Mm-hmm.
So that is now a parking lot. It has a canopy coming from the parking lot into the restaurant. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
David Cooper's this visionary. I mean, he's really quite amazing.
The trees in that, I live near that locale.
And you see a lot, don't you?
The trees look like they've been there forever, but they haven't.
We have some new trees. That's right.
Yeah,
They
you
came
sure
on a
do.
truck.
Big trees.
You ever seen a tree come on a truck?
Oh, look at those big old cherries. They really add a lot, don't they?
That is sweet and sour chicken.
I was
Now,
just
if you'd like to
looking
try
at your
this,
sauce. It's not too thick. It's just enough to hold it.
Exactly right.
know.
You can add cornstarch and water. Of course, the recipe tells you exactly how much, but you can add the cornstarch and the water. And if it doesn't thicken up like you want it the first time, add a little more cornstarch and water. And it does have to boil for a couple of minutes to get thick, but you want to stop it boiling as soon as it thicks because, like I said, you keep boiling it, it breaks back, it goes back to
Oh, I
thin.
see. Yeah.
Interesting. Makes it interesting.
Yeah.
But Dot, what we have there is sweet and sour chicken. I have a knife and a fork and a napkin.
And you know, it's.
And you now have
I'm gonna
lunch.
Attempt to taste this pretty
Move
hot.
this thing out of the way.
I don't want to burn myself.
Well, you always worry about that. Have you burned yourself yet? At least you didn't scream when you burnt yourself. Thank you.
Great, and I don't even like white meat, but I like it this way.
It's wonderful that way.
Great, thank you. We'll see you the next time.
My pleasure. Thank you, Dot.
Okay, we'll be back after these messages.
Home is where I wanna be. Home is where I wanna be. I've been on the road so long, my friend. If you came along, I know you wouldn't disagree.
Let's have some music along the way, but first, let me tell you how much we appreciate you joining us. That is our show, and to take us out is Mobile's Mystic Rhythm Quartet with Keeping the Customer Satisfied.
Gee, but it's great to be back home. Gee, but it's great to be back home. Home is where I wanna be. Home is where I wanna be. I've been on the road so long, my friend. If you came along, I know you wouldn't disagree. It's the same old story. Everywhere I go, I get slandered, libel. I hear the words I never heard in the Bible. I'm one step ahead of the shoe shine, 2 steps away from that county line, just trying to keep my customers satisfied, satisfied. Deputy Sheriff said to me, Deputy Sheriff said to me, tell me what you come here for, tell me what you come here for, you better get your bags and flee. You're in trouble, gal, and now you're heading into more. It's the same old story. Everywhere I go, I get slandered, libeled. I hear the words I never heard in the Bible. I'm one step ahead of the shoe shine, 2 steps away from that county line, just trying